Well, I think it's time to do a summary of these 12 whiskies, let you know what was my favourite and least favourite. So I've got 11 of the 12 whiskies lined up here in their price order. The little gap there is for this big boy. I think it'll take up too much room on the back, so I thought I'd just do it like this. I'm not going to run through each one in particular. What I'm going to do is just highlight my favourite and least favourites. Favourites and least favourites, I should say. So, favourite-wise, I really enjoyed the Craig Alecky. I thought that was a beautiful flavour, and for a 13-year, that is really, really good, although it is on the pricier side. But on the not so pricier side, the one that I did really enjoy was the Glenlivet 12. So this is very mainstream, but this is so smooth, easy to drink. I can see this being a go-to when I'm not wanting a smoky, peaty whiskey. And because it's readily available, it means it's something easy to get your hands on. But I say if I was looking for a special bottle, it would definitely be the Craig Alecky that I'll be going for. Of the ones that I wasn't a huge fan of, well, as I said, I think the Arbor needs a bit of time for me, just because it was a lot of flavors in there. I think coming back to that in a month's time, it probably will have changed in flavor, and I'm hoping that it's more to my liking. But straight out of the bottle, I'm not massively keen on it. On the other side, I think that the Macallan 12 was overpriced for what it is. Yes, it's easy to drink, but I just felt that there wasn't actually much to it. It was smooth, yes, but it just felt, I'm not going to say watered or weak. It just didn't feel that you were getting anything value for money wise. It felt very much flavor went quick and that was it. And for a 12-year-old for that price, considering it's the prices here, I say Glenlivet, you could buy 2 bottles of that and still have change at that stage. So yeah, the Macallan's probably down towards the end. The Glenmurray, sorry, it's really nice. It is, as I say, quite basic, but it's really good. And for its price, again, it's really, I would say, worthwhile having. With some of the other ones, it's all down to individual flavor taste. For me, it's nothing to do with the actual whiskey itself. So, for example, when we're looking at the ones that have a bit too much on the sherry element, which is, I think, a trait or point with me, that I'm not hugely keen on the sherry ones, considering that Macallan's sherry and I felt like there wasn't any flavour. The other ones that have been sort of aged in sherry, like the Glenallachie, I believe, I think that one was, I can't remember now, but yeah, it's not quite to my liking exactly. And I think this one was sherry aged as well, Benriach. I did like it, but it's not quite to my standard that I'll go for easy drinking. But it has been interesting to try all these. There are a variety of different flavours across Speyside. Majority of it coming down to the water source area. So Glenlivet is quite soft on the water source, whereas I think if you come more towards, I think it's the Glenfiddich area, it's slightly harder. I wouldn't say it's hard water, but there's a difference in the water quality because they're coming from different water sources, some of these whiskies. They're not all just pulling from the River Spey. They've got different water sources, so there will be difference in the water and the mineral quality and quantity. And then you've got the major thing, the barrels. That's what changes most of the whiskies here, whether they are using ex-bourbon, whether they're using sherry, whether it's European oak, American oak, virgin oak as well, if it's not been used before. That's the big difference between them. And that is generally with most whiskies. That will be the difference that will set them apart. But that is most obvious here in Speyside, where you could have something produced in just around the corner, like these two, but the difference all down to the barrel that's been used. It's been enjoyable for me for doing this for 12 days. I potentially might have to make this a thing now, so I'll have to find something to do 12 days off for next Christmas. Whether I stick with Scotland or whether I don't know, look up bourbon or something. Yeah, it'd be interesting to try. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what ones you've had, what ones you would actually prefer. Overall, what's your choice to go to? But for me, I would recommend Glenmorangie. It is light, it is simple, but for its price, it's unbeatable. But then Glenlivet 12 and the Craigellachie 13 are my top picks out of these ones that I recommend. And then obviously bottom pick, Macallan 12 double cask.